Okay, let me tell you the story about how I stumbled upon Dusty Baker. So just picture it, Sicily, 1946. Nah, let me stop. So I'm going around basically as a representative of MLB Bros, and of course our podcast on the Black. We cover baseball like chocolate with flavor. Hallelujah. And then I couldn't help but notice I seen Dusty Baker. This ain't my first time seeing him. I've seen him a few times, and he's cool to talk to you if he's in the right mood. So I saw Dusty Baker in a corner with a bunch of black dudes looking like they was at the cigar bar watching the girls go by. Now, that's not what they was doing. They wasn't watching no girls. They was in their corner chilling. But it was so fascinating to me because it was like, where are the cards? Where are the dominoes? It felt like a little team, like of OG baseball players that was sitting there looking like, man, look at it, man. When I was back in my day, it would have been, you know what I'm saying? Having one of them little powwows, right? And I was intimidated. I'm gonna keep it real. I was a little intimidated. I was like, I don't know if I want to go talk to them. Finally, I mustered up the courage and I went over and talked to Dusty. I said, "What up, Dusty?" He said, "What's up there, young man?" I said, "Hey, man, it's good to see you." I said, "What is this? Is this like a league of? Is this like the black baseball corner or something?" I was like, "I feel like I should have got the invite." He said, "Man, sit on down, man. Take a seat, man. Pull on up." I was like, now I have a daughter with me, so she was helping me record things. So I was like, "Oh, I got my daughter." We said, "Hey, young lady, take a seat. Take a seat." She took a seat. I took a seat. I sit right next to Dusty Baker. Now, how it goes with me is when I see somebody that I want to interview, I ask them politely, "Hey, listen, you got a couple moments? Can I speak to you for 3-4 questions, maybe 5 minutes at the most?" They either say yay or nay. Only got turned down twice. Once by Hein Bloom. All right, and it wasn't it was kind of like I can't right now. To get with my people and we'll set something up. And the other one was that reporter guy, Joel Sherman. All right, he's like, "Nah, I can't talk to you right now." And he was nice about it, but he did look busy. But for Dusty, I was like, "Man, can I holler at you?" He's like, "Man, I'm drinking." He sure was. He had a nice little glass of yak right there with him, and his boys was cutting the fool, bro. They were just sitting there, "Man, look at this motherfucker. Them motherfuckers bullshit over here. All this is some bullshit. These motherfuckers lying." And then, they sounded like they sounded legitimately like angry old men. It was funny to me. It was funny. And I just was like, "Man, Dusty, man, what's the problem?" And he's like, "Man, the problem is everybody around here fake. All of this is fake. Everything is fake, 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 fake." I was like, he's like, "Man, I just went up to the broom, because you know what I'm saying? I work with the Giants, And I was like, "Tell me how you really feel." He's like, "Man, it's all just fake. It's just fake, 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 fake." I was like, "Okay, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake." Well, this is when it started getting interesting to me. I say, "Dusty, so you work with the Giants?" He's like, "Yeah, but I manage a team in Nicaragua." I say, "Dusty, Nicaragua is South America. Obviously, you speak Spanish?" He said, sí, yo hablo. I said, "Oh, tú hablas español." He said, "Sí." I said, "Entonces yo puedo hablar con esto, yo puedo hablar con usted en español todo el tiempo, si es mejor, o qué es mejor, inglés o español." He's like, "Oh, young man." He's like, "Oh, inglés es mi preferencia, pero yo puedo hablar español también, porque necesito hablar español pues mejor para negocios." I said, "You're damn right it is, homeboy." So we just had like a whole little black person, like American black guy. I learned Spanish conversation. I learned that he learned Spanish in 3 years. I also learned Spanish in 3 years. Of course, I'm not an expert, but you ain't gonna talk trash about me in my face and I don't know about it. All right. And we kind of bonded over that. And I got to get everybody in the area's number except for him. But I got to tell you, man, that was one of the funniest experiences. I really am a little upset that I wasn't able to show it to y'all on camera because I thought it was so funny how he was being so candid. And I mean, not funny in the sense like, ha, 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 but just like, I don't know. It was just a genuine moment. I enjoyed it. And I honestly think that if y'all were able to see it, y'all probably would have laughed at it a little bit as well. But it is what it is. All right, man. Listen, let me go ahead and wrap this up. I have one more thing to show y'all, and then I will go ahead and close this out. This one right here is something that happened just before the end of the day on Tuesday, which was the first day. Now, as you all may know, Dylan Cease, who I also think looks a little bit like Captain Morgan, did actually show up to the winter meetings as well, because he is now officially a pirate, if I'm not mistaken. And a pirate, I'm sorry, I said pirate. I said pirate just because he's on the screen looking like a pirate, but no, he's not a pirate. He's a Blue Jay now, right? He's officially a Blue Jay. So I got a chance to see him right after he did his press conference and got to ask him one question. Now, you know me, I only ask the tough questions, boss. Only the tough questions. So I had to make sure he was ready, because a hardcore media journalist like me, I'm gonna hit you with them hard balls, bro. So I synced them And I was like, hey, Dylan Cease, let me ask you something right quick, homeboy.
Do you keep the facial hair in Toronto?
I like to mix it up. It'll be there at some point.
Boom! Boom! What you know about that? Boom! Boom! You know about that good journalism, boy? Pop, 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 boom! Boom. Who else gonna give you that hardcore news like this, bro? Who else gonna let you know that Dylan Cease may or may not rock his facial hair when he gets over to the Blue Jays? Huh? Where else you gonna get hardcore evidence like that, homeboy? You know what I'm talking about? You ain't gonna see that nowhere else. Who else has the nerve to ask these kind of questions? I ask the hardcore questions. I'm so stupid. All right. Well, anyway, listen, it's definitely been fun, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let this one ride. There's plenty more to discuss, and I look forward to more news in the future. As for today, we already know what it is, and this week, the news we've been blessed with is crazy. So one time for Cal for getting his deal, one time for Pete for getting his deal, one time for Edwin Diaz getting his deal, one time for Dylan going on head over to the Blue Jays, one time for Rice Sale, who's still with the Braves, and for Robert Suarez, who's still with the Braves, and one time for AJ Brzezinski, who got a first-round draft pick in the White Sox, who is his team. Thank you. One time for Russell Dorsey, who did give me an interview. One time for the John Boy Dudes, who gave me one as well. One time for Eric Davis.